Hey there. Have you ever stopped for a second, literally just 1 second, to notice the simple rhythm of your breath? I mean, you're breathing right now, hopefully. But do you ever really think about how you're doing it? Crazy, right? We spend our entire lives inhaling and exhaling, but we barely give it any conscious thought. Yet the way we breathe touches every corner of our health, emotions, and even our spiritual well-being. Today, we're going to unlock the secrets behind what ancient traditions call prana, that subtle life force that can spark personal transformation, healing, and even help us manifest our desires. Welcome to Master Your Breath. Unlock prana for spiritual awakening, health, and manifestation. First things first, you might be wondering, what exactly is prana? Prana is often described as the vital energy coursing through all living things, a bit like that spark animating every creature. If that sounds abstract, you can think of it like Wi-Fi for your soul. You can't see Wi-Fi, but you sure notice when the signal is weak. Prana is the same way, invisible but oh so real, powering our mental clarity, physical vitality, and spiritual growth. Modern science, of course, focuses on tangible stuff like oxygen exchange, blood cells, and your pulse. But ancient wisdom traditions, especially those stemming from India, take it further, saying that if you know how to consciously channel this life force, you can tap into higher states of awareness. In other words, the breath goes from something we do automatically to a tool we can use for self-mastery. Pretty epic for something we rarely even think about, right? The profound value of breathing. Let's be honest, most of us learn basic body stuff in school, how to do jumping jacks, or maybe the Pythagorean theorem. But one crucial thing we never really get taught: how to breathe. Funny, because you'd think something as critical as breathing would be a top priority. Instead, it's assumed we all just know how to do it. And while it's true we can't exactly forget to breathe, so many of us do it in ways that actually stress our bodies out. Why is breathing so valuable? Well, if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, yes, that good old pyramid from Psych 101, at the very base is survival. Without clean air, we're in big trouble right away. Food, water, shelter, warmth, those are super important, but oxygen is the immediate non-negotiable. And guess what? All that oxygen fueling our cells can be upgraded when we breathe more effectively, tapping into the potent life force known as prana. Think of it as upgrading a flip phone to the latest smartphone suddenly. All these new features and possibilities open up. Prana, chi, ki, and mana. Different words, same energy. If the term prana still feels a bit foreign, you might recognize similar concepts. Chai in Chinese traditions, ki in Japanese, and mana in many Polynesian cultures. Every culture has some notion of a subtle life energy that keeps us animated and engaged with the world. This is because humans everywhere have noticed there's more to life than just mechanical processes. There's a certain spark, and here's where it gets super interesting. This life force is said to be everywhere. You don't just get it from air, you get it from sunlight, from the food you eat, from fresh water, and even from the very earth beneath your feet. But air is the quickest and most readily available supply of prana. You can go for days without food or water, but how long can you hold your breath? Exactly. 5 or more layers of being. Let's imagine you're not just a physical body, you're like an onion made up of layers. In some ancient texts, like the Taittiriya Upanishad, they talk about 5 main bodies or sheaths. The first is your physical body. That's the one you see in the mirror. Then comes the pranic body, the mental body, and so on, each getting subtler as you move inward. Prana sits squarely in that second layer, less dense than flesh and bones, but denser than pure thought or soul. Because it's right in the middle, it's the perfect bridge connecting matter and spirit. If prana is weak or blocked, it's kind of like trying to drive a car with a parking brake on. You'll still move, but not nearly at full speed, and you'll probably cause damage in the long run. The good news is, once we learn how to harness our breath, consciously pulling in prana and distributing it through our bodies, things can flow so much better. Our mental clarity can improve, our stress levels can decrease, and we open the door to deeper spiritual insights. It's basically an all-access pass to better living. Why breathing wrong causes stress? Raise your hand if you're a chest breather. Did you know that many people instinctively move their chest up and down with shallow inhales and exhales, rather than engaging the diaphragm? That's typically considered stress breathing. When the chest moves more than the abdomen, your body goes into mild fight or flight mode. This is the sympathetic nervous system at work. It makes your heart race a bit faster, your muscles tense, and you might even feel anxious or on edge. Why does that happen? Think of your chest like an emergency oxygen tank, great for quick bursts of energy if you're escaping a saber-toothed tiger, but not so great if it's your default 24/7. Your body never gets the memo that it can relax, so it constantly acts like a security guard scanning for threats. Over time, this can wreak havoc on your digestion, immune system, and overall well-being. It's like living on a roller coaster that never stops. It might be exhilarating at first, but eventually you get sick. Diaphragmatic breathing, your built-in massager. Enter the diaphragm, that dome-shaped muscle sitting right beneath your lungs. When you breathe in the right way, the diaphragm moves down, expanding your lung capacity and gently massaging your internal organs. The motion is subtle, but the benefits are massive. Diaphragmatic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, a fancy way of saying your body can finally chill out, repair, and digest your food properly. Ever notice how babies breathe? Their tiny bellies move in and out like a balloon. That's exactly how we're meant to breathe. But somewhere along the line, maybe due to stress, posture issues, or simply not knowing better, we adopt shallow breathing habits. By relearning how to engage the diaphragm, we can literally flip the switch from panic mode to peace mode. Think of it as a gentle ocean wave washing over you, dissolving tension and helping your organs do their jobs more efficiently, boosting prana through food, water, and sunlight. All right, let's take a quick pit stop here. While air is the most immediate and critical source of prana, it's definitely not the only one. Prana also flows through fresh, unprocessed foods. Ever eaten a big bowl of fresh fruit or crisp vegetables and felt an almost electric surge of energy? That's prana at play. In contrast, heavily processed foods might fill your stomach, but they often come with a diminished pranic value. Water that's close to nature, spring water, especially if it's been flowing through rocks and soil, tends to have more vibrancy than water that's been sitting in plastic bottles for who knows how long. Sunlight, getting a daily dose of sunshine, isn't just about vitamin D. It's also about soaking in some of that solar prana. It's like charging your internal battery. However, out of all these elements, breath is king simply because you can access it anytime, anywhere. You're literally breathing in and out every moment of your life. Might as well make it count, right? The Nadi system, pathways of pranic flow. Now, let's go deeper. According to yogic philosophy, we have 72,000 energy channels called nadis woven through our subtle body. That's a lot of highways for prana to flow. Most of these are smaller side roads, but three main routes, the Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna nadis, are super important for spiritual awakening. Ida Nadi, often linked to lunar, feminine, or cooling energy. It runs along the left side of the spine and is closely related to calming emotions and a reflective mindset. Pingala Nadi, associated with solar, masculine, or warming energy, traveling along the right side of the spine. It ignites action, focus, and outward movement. Sushumna Nadi, the grand central channel right in the middle. This is where the magical Kundalini energy, often symbolized as a coiled serpent at the base of the spine, rises up through the chakras. When energy flows freely through Sushumna, we're said to experience higher levels of consciousness and a profound sense of unity. Imagine Ida and Pingala as two serpents winding around a central staff. Sushumna, if Ida dominates, You might feel sleepy, introspective, or even a bit gloomy. If Pingala is in charge, you'll be revved up, maybe even anxious or restless. When both are balanced, the breath flows smoothly through both nostrils equally, and Sushumna gets activated. In that balanced state, you feel calm, yet alert, like a surfer catching the perfect wave. Kundalini, the potential within. There's a concept in yogic traditions known as Kundalini Shakti. It's said to be a dormant power sitting at the base of your spine, like an unactivated superpower. When stirred awake through meditation, breathwork, or other spiritual practices, this energy travels up the Sushumna channel, piercing each chakra. Eventually, it can reach the crown of your head, igniting a state of enlightened awareness or a heightened sense of oneness. For some people, just hearing Kundalini evokes images of intense yoga classes or mystical experiences. But truly, it's more accessible than you might think. The key lies in your ability to direct prana, starting with your breath. If you can learn to skillfully breathe and balance your nadis, the path for Kundalini opens up. It's like having the right key to a secret garden. The garden is always there, waiting to be explored, but you need to know how to unlock it. Simple but powerful alternate nostril breathing. One super popular technique for balancing Ida and Pingala is Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. It sounds fancy, but it's surprisingly easy to try. Sit up nice and straight. Close your right nostril with your thumb, or a finger that's comfortable, then inhale gently through your left nostril for a count of 4. Seal your left nostril and hold your breath for a count of 4. Unblock your right nostril and exhale for 4. Pause for 4. Now inhale through the right nostril, again for 4. Seal it off, hold for 4. Exhale through the left for 4, and pause for another 4. That's one full cycle. You can repeat this for a few minutes. Notice how your mind feels afterward. Calmer, less scattered? That's because you've just done a bit of internal housekeeping, clearing up energy channels. It's like giving your brain a warm bath, quite relaxing. Elevating prana through advanced techniques. Once you've balanced your nadis, you might want to play with other breath exercises to ramp up your prana levels. One approach might go like this. Inhale for 8 seconds through your nose, consciously sending the breath upward from the base of your spine all the way to your forehead, the Ajna chakra, or third eye. Hold your breath for 3 seconds, visualizing a bright beam of energy glowing in that third eye center. Exhale, directing the energy down into your heart. You can make the exhale as long or as short as feels comfortable. During the inhale, imagine each of your chakras lighting up like the bulbs on a Christmas tree. The hold is where you gather that energy, almost like collecting all your best intentions in a basket. And the exhale is where you send that prana deep into your heart center, letting it blossom into feelings of love, gratitude, or whatever emotional flavor you want to cultivate. Think of it as watering a plant. Each breath is nourishment for your inner garden. Breathing with intention, affirmations, and visualization. If you want to double down on the power of breathwork, try pairing it with a few affirmations or intentions. Here's a playful sequence you can try. Choose a phrase. It could be something like, I am worthy, or I love myself, or I embrace abundance. Whatever resonates with you. Inhale slowly, lifting that prana from your root chakra straight up to your third eye, mentally repeating your affirmation a few times. Hold the breath, feeling the energy swirl in the forehead. Visualize it glowing brighter with each heartbeat. Exhale, sending that charged up affirmation down into your heart, where it can take root and flourish. This is where breathwork meets the power of focused thought, the law of attraction, or the law of assumption. By breathing in a conscious way, you're giving your affirmations an extra jolt of energy. It's like supercharging your intentions so they manifest more swiftly in your everyday life. Whether it's a new job, better health, or deeper spiritual wisdom, harnessing the synergy between mind, breath, and heart can really move mountains. From stress to success, practical benefits of better breathing. Let's take a quick reality check here. Not everyone who practices conscious breathing is looking to awaken Kundalini or channel cosmic energy. And that's totally fine. Maybe you just want to feel less stressed, sleep better, or have more focus throughout the day. Better breathing can help with all of that. Here's the short list of benefits you might notice. Reduced anxiety and better mental clarity. Improved digestion. Your gut loves a relaxed body. Enhanced immune function, smoother blood and lymph flow. Sharper concentration and less mental fog. Greater emotional resilience, like having a buffer against daily stressors. When you make diaphragmatic breathing a daily habit, you're basically giving your entire body the message, hey, it's cool. You can relax now. The transformation might be subtle at first, a little less stress here, a touch more energy there, but over time, the changes add up. It's a bit like compounding interest in a bank account. Small deposits grow into something substantial. The heart connection, more than just pumping blood. You might be wondering, why the heart? Why direct your exhale prana there? The heart chakra, anahata, is often considered the bridge between the lower chakras, basic survival, emotions, ego, and the higher chakras, intuition, spiritual insight, and beyond by sending energy and affirmations to the heart. You're unifying the physical with the spiritual. It's a bit like merging two music tracks into a harmonious duet. That's where the magic happens. Also, modern science is catching up on what sages have said for millennia. The heart has its own complex neural network, sometimes called the heart brain. It's intricately connected to our emotional well-being. So when you focus on the heart while breathing, you're literally sending signals of peace and coherence throughout your entire system. Checking your daily breathing habits. Before we wrap up with some quick routines, let's pause for a breath check. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Which one moves more when you inhale? If it's mostly your chest, you might be in that stress breathing loop. If it's your belly, you're on the right track. If both hands move equally, that's okay, too. It shows that you can expand both your belly and chest, which is often called a three-part or complete breath in yoga. Make it a habit to do this check a few times a day, maybe when you first wake up or while sitting at your desk. Noticing is the first step toward changing. The more awareness you bring to your breath, the more you'll naturally shift toward deeper, more nourishing patterns. Quick exercises to get you started. Let's seal the deal with some quick practical exercises you can try right after watching this video, or even while you're watching, if you're feeling brave. Diaphragm drill. Lie down on your back, knees bent, feet on the floor. Place a book, something light but noticeable, on your belly. Inhale slowly and watch the book rise. Exhale slowly and watch it fall. Do this for a few minutes until it feels natural. Breath holds for energy. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 2 counts. Exhale for 6 counts. Notice how your body reacts. The hold helps the oxygen saturate your cells, giving a subtle energy boost without hyperventilating. Morning sun soak. Step outside for just a minute or two, face the sun. Be sure to protect your eyes if it's too bright, and take 5 deep belly breaths. Imagine you're drawing in not just oxygen, but also the sun's warm prana. This mini ritual can set a positive tone for your entire day. Manifestation through mind where attention goes. Energy flows. Now imagine supercharging that principle with your breath. When you combine your focused intention with a slow, conscious inhale, you're literally infusing your desires with extra life force. Whether you call it the law of assumption, the law of attraction, or plain old positive thinking, the breath is your willing accomplice. It's like having a personal genie who operates every time you inhale and exhale. Let's say you're working toward better health, a new job, or a specific relationship goal. Visualize that outcome vividly while inhaling. Hold the image firmly in your mind during the brief pause, and then exhale, imagining the intention sinking deep into your heart. Over time, you might notice synchronicities lining up, random phone calls that lead to opportunities, chance meetings, or even just an enhanced feeling of readiness to tackle your goals. Embrace the journey, not just the goal. While it's tempting to see better breathing as a quick fix for stress or a magic button for manifestation, remember that it's also a lifestyle shift. The real goal lies in embracing it daily. Each breath is like a step on a winding path. You don't have to sprint to the finish line. Enjoy the process, the small signs of improvement, the mini aha moments when you catch yourself breathing shallowly and gently shift to a deeper pattern. Over time, you'll discover that breathwork isn't just an exercise, it's a powerful way of living more consciously. If you ever get discouraged, just remind yourself you're relearning something your body already knows how to do. It's in your DNA to breathe well. It's in your soul to tap into that invisible current of prana and use it for healing, awakening, and creating a better version of yourself. Final words and next steps. So there we have it, friends. The down low on how to master your breath and unlock prana for not just survival, but for thriving spiritually, physically, and emotionally. From balancing your nervous system to powering up your affirmations, from boosting creativity to awakening that latent Kundalini energy, conscious breathing is your backstage pass to a more vibrant life. If this feels like a lot, start small. Practice one technique that resonates with you. Maybe it's simply lying on your back and watching your belly move. Or maybe it's a quick round of alternate nostril breathing before a stressful meeting. The key is consistency and intention. Before you know it, your body will start defaulting to these healthier breathing patterns, and your mind and spirit will follow suit. Thank you for journeying with me through the wonders of breath and prana. I truly hope this inspires you to pay attention to something you do every second, because when you really notice your breath, you tap into that infinite reservoir of life force. And that's where the magic happens. Stay curious, stay inspired, and most importantly, keep breathing.